It's time again for another YouTooz review, but today it's not going to be a plush, it's not going to be Five Nights at Freddy's related, it is actually the figure of Fizzarolli from Helluva Boss. I've never done a video on that series before. I did one on Has Been, which was a reaction to the trailer, but Fizz is my favourite character from Helluva Boss, so I had to get his YouTooz, and I've also ordered the Osmodius YouTooz figure, which will probably be a review on in the future. We'll see how this goes, because obviously this is very different to what I usually do. So I might review that when it comes early next year, but let's get straight into this one. So here it is, you can see the figure on the inside there. I'm not going to lie, the artwork on YouTooz figures normally looks a little bit different to the actual figure itself, but this one looks pretty spot on, like when you compare the figure to the artwork. As always, it comes with this protective case for the outside, which is pretty cool, and then the actual box here. You've got like 5 different versions of this one artwork. On the side it says "Look at This," which is a reference to one of his songs from one of the season 2 episodes, and then on the back it's like Mammon promotion being like, buy the figure, buy the figure. Then when we open it up it says burger time, which is a reference to when him and Ozzy were getting up in the morning.
Burger time, burger time, burger time.
Get the actual figure out. Here he is in a very eccentric pose, which fits his personality. Something I thought from the start about this figure is that it's really good. Like, there's a lot of detail all around, and I think they got everything like basically perfectly accurate. Like, I'm just looking at all the colours and I can't even like see anything wrong with it. He's quite big as well. Like, if we compare it to another YouTooz figure, which is the Dark Haunted Golden Freddy figure, you can see he takes up a lot more room. Like, they're about the same size, but because of how much he's got going on, he just takes up a lot more room, so that's really cool. But as I was saying, in terms of accuracy, I mean, look at the side comparison. Like, all the colours are there. You've got all the features, like all the little hearts here, all the little balls on the Jester costume. The only thing I'm noticing, literally the one inaccuracy, is the little dots he has here on his like Jester, I don't even know what you call this, the Jesters and clowns put around the necks. He has like little dots there, but that is literally the only thing that's a nitpick. I'm seeing everything else. Like, not only is everything there, but all the colours are right as well. I think the pose is pretty creative as well, because he's doing like his heart shape like with his arms, but then the way his hat comes down and the way his tail comes around, it's used as like a balance, because they will both touch the floor. Because obviously if his foot was the only thing keeping him up, he would not be able to stand at all. So I think the way they've done that is actually really good, especially considering he's literally only got 1 foot on the floor. And as you can see on the bottom here, it says Helluva Boss. I can't get over the detail they've put in, and like how they've literally missed like nothing apart from like the small detail that I said. But this is his costume from episode 7 of season 1 when we first met him, and they've got it spot on. Also, this figure's from the second Helluva Boss set that they made. They also made Robo Fizz in that, along with Moxie and Millie. So you basically get a choice of the real thing or one of Mammon's robots that he sells. I just like as well how exaggerated things are. Like, his hat isn't actually this big, but it makes sense for the figure, and like his tail and like this head size and stuff, and it just looks good when things like that are made more prominent for a vinyl figure like this. I think it's really good. I actually have like no complaints. I mean, I could do the slightest nitpick, like he's actually meant to have a white stripe on his shoes, but I mean, what are we even talking about at that point? The paint job as well is nice. You got all the details, all the different like layering on the colours there, all throughout. Like, there's no mistakes on the paint job, which you do usually see on figures like these. I was going to compare it to Funko Pops, but to be fair, those are like a lot cheaper than the YouTooz figure, so you should expect these to be high quality. But yeah, that is the Fizzarolli figure. Like I said, I've ordered the Osmodius one, which is coming next year, so I probably will review that. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I mean, so far they've done a really good job. I think all the figures look really good, to be honest. This is the only one I've actually got, so I can't really comment on the others in person, but from what I've seen, they look good. So yeah, if you want to see more Helluva Boss videos, unfortunately I have none. This is the only one, but if you're a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, I've got loads of that. Many reviews, YouTooz, Funko, all sorts. It's all on my channel. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.